Well, oh, we're gonna install kind of temporary. We got to rough in all the plumbing and electrical and the vent and the gas line for a dryer, a washer and dryer. This is going to be kind of a rough install, nothing fancy. I'm not even going to inset the washer box into the wall. It's going to be flush mount. The pipes are all going to be exposed. Nothing's getting inspected. This is more of a temporary situation in a place that was never intended for a washer and dryer to go. Luckily, right here on the other side of this wall, I've got the bathroom sink, so that's convenient. I'll be able to utilize the two water lines there, the drain, and then we'll bring a gas line in. This is an exterior wall behind me, which is good. We've got a gas dryer because I didn't have enough power out here to run an electric dryer, so got a gas dryer. It's already been converted to propane, so that's cool. We'll just stick a tank right here on the other side of the wall, just a little 30 gallon, or not 30 gallon, 30 pound tank. Then we'll pop a hole somewhere in this neighborhood for the exhaust vent. So yeah, just a pretty basic, nothing fancy installation of a washer and dryer. It's quote unquote temporary. I suspect it's going to take about 2 years roughly to get a shop built and a proper house. So in the meantime, this is just going to be just a super basic temporary install, because once the house and the shop's built, this structure, which is just kind of a little makeshift house, it's nothing fancy, but it's been here as long as I've been alive, and yeah, it does the job. It's okay. As you can see, there's no carpet. It's more like a hunting cabin than anything, but yeah, so let's get started. What do we want to see? We need an extension cord. Yeah. Alright, let's get this box mounted. Let's see, I think typical height is about 31 inches on a washer box. Where's 31? Right behind the camera is the washer and dryer, so I'm just going to be pulling measurements off of it. So our water outlets are 24 high and 24 over. Bottom at 31 would miss our dryer duct. This is a stackable, so yeah, so 31, 24. If we went, could probably go more in the edge there. So, say roughly 24 is about in the middle there. About 31-ish. Roughly right here. Looks pretty good to me. Like I said, this is not a super detailed in the wall installation. Nothing about this is going to be very proper. However, it will work. All right. What is this nastiness? God only knows. Ah, steel wool. Let's see. Okay. Let's get some PVC fittings and some glue. Let's see here. These guys. Actually, I'll probably put. Sawzall, got some pipe. Let's do some plumbing. Oh, no, I'm not a plumber, but I have done a lot of plumbing. Probably more than some plumbers. There. I'm just gonna, I've got some PEX on the other side of the wall, and I'm just gonna run this, I'm just gonna tee into that PEX and then bring two little PEX lines over to here. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. I would prefer to use pipe dope on this, but I couldn't find my bottle of pipe dope. But Teflon tape will work just fine. Okay, I already measured for the dryer vent, the combustion vent. We're gonna pop a hole right here. Now, that's something I've been doing a long time. Never been a plumber per se, but heating and air conditioning and ventilation for a long time. So if you're running 4-inch single wall pipe, specifically dryer vent or flue pipe for single wall, you want to use a 4 1/8 hole saw bit. And do yourself a massive favor and spend the money and go hunt down one of these extensions. Now, things get a little tricky when you're drilling through walls because you never know what's inside the wall, what somebody may or may not have put inside of there. I'm pretty familiar with this house, and I'm pretty confident there's nothing behind there. The one thing that we may hit is a stud, which would not be any good. If they built this right, we're right here in the middle. There's a stud running right here, hopefully, which is what this is nailed off to. But, you know, who knows? We could very well be about to drill right through the middle of the stud. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, if that's the case. Maybe we go left, maybe we go right, maybe we could peel this back a little bit and have a look. In fact, why don't we do that real quick? Where's that flat bar at? Well, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's making a mess when I'm working. Let's see here. Well, just the insulation back here. That means that stud is either probably, well, there's going to be a stud right here in this corner. And then they probably would have gone, well, they should have gone 16 inches on center, which would be right here, because that's what I measured out to, is about 16. But I sure don't see it. Let me stick this in there and see if I hit it. Oh, yeah. Nope. Oh, there it is. So, right here. Yeah, their first one's right here. So, yeah, we should be good. We'll see. About to find out. There's blocking. There's a piece of blocking right there. Oh, man. Oh, typical. Man. Can never be easy, can it? Can never be easy. Well, that's where I want that to go. And I'm not going to compromise. So we're just going to, we're going to get that piece of blocking out of there. I'll show you how. Come on. Get out of there. bottomed out. So that means this hole saw's probably about 2 inches deep. So now I didn't get all the way through the blocking. I'm probably still got, let's see, I can feel it. I'm about halfway through. So I've got a little hole right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna punch a hole through outside, and then I will go outside and drill the rest of it. But yeah, actually, we might be able to chip that out there. Let's see. Gosh, the whole piece of blocking's moving. Oh my goodness. Tell you what. Definitely would not want to do that if it was sheetrock. That would be a bad idea, because you'd rip the nails out if there were sheetrock nails in. Okay, well, now the blocking's out of the way. I guess we'll drill on through. Sheesh. I tell you. Get down. There we go. Voila. One hole. Okay. Right. So this will stud in. However, we'll probably have to add a piece of flex here just to make our life a little easier. So we'll probably end up trimming this. I'm going to stick it through and measure it to see where I want to trim it off, because I'm only going to leave about an inch, maybe 2 inches. Yeah, I'm going to leave probably 2 inches sticking out, and then we'll put a piece of single wall pipe on the back of the dryer. I'll show you the back of the dryer here in a bit. But let me run out there and mark that, and then we'll bring it back in and trim it. Okay, made my mark outside, and I left myself, it's going to be stubbed in, about 2.5 inches or so. So we need to cut this down just a bit. Now we'll go screw it on outside. Right, so we're outside. I'm just going to stub this in there. If I was at all concerned about this thing, if this was a normal installation, I would run a really nice bead of silicone on the back side of this guy so that we'd have a really good seal. Although you can't see it, we've got a pretty good overhang on this house, about a 2-foot overhang. This is the north, and I know that most of our rain showers come from the west out here, a lot of times from the south, but only in the winter do we get stuff from the north. And this, man, this place is so rough. I mean, you can't see it, but, or maybe you can, but I mean, this trim, these battens between these, I mean, they're coming off anyways, so whatever. It's cedar, it can get a little wet, it'll dry out. It's so dry out here in the desert anyways, it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, I'm not even using stainless steel screws, which I normally would. These are just sheetrock screws. They're not even deck screws. So, but it's so dry out here in the desert. I mean, it's all right. Again, this is kind of a temporary installation, sort of. As the old saying goes, it's only temporary unless it works. Alright, back inside. Oh, generally, you would want this to be... This is where your flex is going to hook up if you're going to use flex, which I am in my case, just to make life a little bit easier. If you have a pair of crimpers like this, they're sheet metal crimpers, I would put just a couple of crimps and that flex will slide on there just a little bit easy. I wouldn't get carried away and do it around the whole thing, but just a couple. And that'll shrink that metal up just a touch, and it'll make getting your flex on there a lot easier. Yeah, there we go. I'll be able to reach behind there when I get the dryer close to it and stick a clamp on it or some tape, whatever I want to end up using. But yeah, it slides on there pretty easy, not too bad. Not too bad. I might give it one or two more just to make it a little easier. Now, this will catch lint when you do this because this is a... Normally you would want your male fittings... Sorry. Yeah, your male fittings all going this way. So normally you would want a male fitting slipping inside of this being a female fitting. That way lint traveling down the pipe does not get hung up on these edges. That's not what we're doing here, but that's what, in an ideal, perfect world, you would want to do. Because if you have a piece of pipe, like imagine this piece of pipe right here, this is just single wall sheet metal pipe, lint's traveling down it, and this is going to be on the outside of this. So when a piece of lint is traveling down that pipe, it's going to hit this edge inside of there and it's going to get stuck. And then eventually you're going to get a buildup of lint. And knowing that, you know, every now and then you're going to want to clean out your dryer vents for safety reasons and for operational purposes. So, good practice. But yeah, now on the back side of the dryer, we need to build a little stub out to get that flex on there because it is sunk way in there. Let me show you that. Okay, so look, this thing's actually inside of here. I mean, you can't... Like there's no way to get anything on that. So what we'll want to do is take some of that single wall pipe and make us a little stub out here, probably to somewhere in this neighborhood. We could measure that. So let's say like maybe a 4-inch stub out. And then we'll crimp this side so where our flex can slide over that. Yeah. Let's see what 5 inches looks like. Let's see if I can... I'll cut this for you right in front. There we go. I measured 5 on here. This is not going to be the straightest cut in the world because I didn't put lines all the way around it like I normally would. Don't judge me, all you good sheet metal guys out there. Yes, I'm using the wrong snips for this, I know. Going this way, you'd want to use greens. There we go. Okay. Yeah, not too bad for eyeballing it. About a 1/16 of an inch off. I have done sheet metal work for a very long time. Come on. The shorter the piece is, the harder it is to get it to snap in there. There we go. Perfect. Right. Yeah, that should work for us. Shove it on there pretty good. Okay, cool. Nice. So then we'll crimp that wherever the crimpers went. There they are. Good gracious. I have got the biggest mess on this floor. Good thing you guys can't see it. Okay, there we go. Let's grab our flex and make sure it fits. Nice and easy. Yes, it does. That'll go on there very nicely. On this side, I'll probably put some tape on it to make it more of a permanent deal. And I'm not going to need that much to go to that wall. Probably in the neighborhood of about a foot. So I'm just going to kind of guesstimate it. So if I do that, that's not too bad. What you don't want to do is scrunch it all up because lint will get trapped in there. You want this as stretched out as you can possibly get it. But you also don't want to make it super hard on yourself installing it. So I'd say we'll be about 6 inches off the wall roughly. So maybe something like, probably something about right here. Let's go with that. Snipperoo with the dikes. Done. You get some tape. And you're gonna have to use aluminum tape on this, otherwise everything else will burn. Well, it'll get too hot and it'll fall off. But yeah, that should be good for us, I think. If not, we got plenty to make another one. Let's get some tape here. I'll also want to squeegee this down. Let me grab my squeegee. A lot of people don't realize it, but this is aluminum tape is generally speaking pressure applied, which means the pressure from the squeegee activates the glue. See a lot of mistakes by technicians where they don't squeegee aluminum tape down really good and it just comes off pretty quickly later on. But this will be good. There we go. Yeah, looks pretty nice. All right, we'll stick that guy on there. Cool. That's ready for business. We need to drill a hole for the gas line, clean all this mess up, and we can slide it in. Well, it was pretty tough to show you guys how to hook this thing up. There's just so much limited room back here while I was doing it, and then also not much light. So I forgot to film drilling a hole through the wall for the gas line, but there it is. Comes up, comes in, goes into the little gas fitting there. I stuck the washer hose on here. Sorry, I'm trying to work out all this with the lights. We got some new water lines. They come over here and then install right there on the back of the dryer. Need to plug it in. Plug's still laying there. And then hook up this dryer vent, which will be really tough to show because my body's going to be blocking it while I'm doing it. But you can basically see how I kind of laid that out, right? The machine's got to come back about another foot, and we've got about another 8 inches before that flex hits that piece of pipe stub through the wall, so that'll work out perfect. Yeah, so I'll get that done. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to film it, but I'll show you the aftermath of it. Right, I think we got it. Let's test everything here. All good. Got us plugged in. Let's see, start. Hey, there we go. Cool. And let's go. I hear water. Oh, it's not, I guess the door's gotta be down. Yep. Yeah, door's gotta be down. Alright, cool. That'll work. Let's maybe try a spin cycle here. Oh yeah. I hear water going. Cool. Not too bad for $400 off the marketplace. Alright, that'll work. Sorry for the lighting in here, it's terrible. This was a closet, not really meant for a washer and dryer, but yeah, there you go. That job's done.